Hey, welcome back. Um, Thanks everybody for all the views and the comments. I'm really stoked on how the response has been for all these videos, and I wanted to update update you guys on my home system here. It's been a while. It's been almost a year, and it's come a long ways, and I'm really happy to share with you guys my experience. So, obviously, Kitty still loves it, which is great. I did just replaster it, and don't laugh at me about the color. It's kind of like baby poop. It was just an experiment. I'm probably going to have to redo it, but that's okay. I'm getting better. So one of the tricks with the flour is obviously to use a lot of wheat paste, and that'll really cut down on the dust. So that's something I wanted to share. This new layer has really been really clean. So anyways, yeah, it's been a great system. I did add this extension so I could lay down here. The last video, it ended right at those bricks there, and all I did was took the clean out cap off, extended that clean out into this L shape so that there's that clean out there now. So that's a dead end in the system. It still heats up great, and I actually raised that up. There's a piece of 3/4 inch marine ply supported on 4x4s under there, and I just put that little bench extension on top of that and cobbed it in, and I built this little waist-high shelf at the end out of old fence boards, and that's that. So that gives room to lie down, which is great, and yeah, so I've got a little farther along on finishing that up there, and it's morning, it's pretty close to freezing outside. If I look behind me about 20 feet away from the stove, it's about 62 in here over there, and this thing went out about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock last night, so it's been out for over 12 hours now. I've been out doing my farm chores, so I didn't light it in the first thing in the morning, but here it is now. I put this thermometer here. It's a barbecue thermometer with two probes. One of them is underneath Kitty, or just behind her there, and the other one is over on that side, and what we got for after 12 hours is 142 on the hot side over by Kitty and 124 over there on the other side. So that's after 12 hours. That is pretty typical. This thing is really warm to sit on. So what I want to do is walk you guys through a little bit of living with the rocket stove. So bear with me here while I get this thing set in. And we're going to show you how this thing works. So every once in a while, every couple weeks, I clean it. I'm going to show you how that goes. Hi. So this is my cover and my cleaning tub. I use it for both. Now, cleaning looks like a pain in the ass, but compared to my old wood stove, it's totally no big deal. I don't need to get everything out of here. I just want to make sure that I'm not starting to clog up that burn tunnel. So I just get in there with a little vessel, a little jar in this case, a little mason jar, and I just scoop out a little bit of ash. And I do this, like I say, about once a week. It's probably been, 2 weeks or so since I've done this one. As you can see, not a lot comes out, and what does is pretty small. Now look at the dust. It pretty much goes right back down the hole because this thing's drawn so fast. So compared to my old wood stove, where I would every month or so or 2 weeks take out the shovel and a big huge bucket, steel bucket, and make a god-awful mess blowing dust all over the house, this is really clean and easy. And that's about it. That's pretty much all I need to do. So I'll take this outside and dump it in the garden, but that's that. Cleaning, super easy. Things are a little dirty over here. I need to tidy that up, but I also wanted to walk you guys through lighting this thing. So super easy. I got some of this kindling. I usually just I'll try and take my time a little bit so I don't screw this up, but I typically just throw a few pieces in there. I try and block off the burn tunnel so that you can get sort of a high velocity nozzle, as it were, on one side or the other of that tunnel, and then I'll find some smaller pieces and I'll just kind of stack them up right there on one side. And I've got these long matches. Don't usually need any paper or anything like that. Let it get going, because the wind is, the draft is blowing through there so strongly, you'll see it start to go in there like that. Alright, That should get it. While this thing gets going, I did want to talk about the construction here. This stove was built using fire clay and perlite, cast in a mold for the burn chamber. And, you know, I've since built and helped on builds and seen some heavy fire brick models, and I've built quite a few, obviously, with my half barrel system, and quite a few insulated burn tunnels. And I'd just like to say that if you guys are thinking of building one of these, I'm going to encourage you to experiment with playing with clay and perlite as opposed to the fire bricks. Heavy fire bricks make for, in my experience, a really poor running stove. They're easy to work with, they're durable, so there's times when they're appropriate, for sure. I'm not saying they're not, but you can get such good performance using a highly insulated burn tunnel feed tube area. That's one thing I've heard different things about, people talking about not needing to insulate the feed tube. I strongly disagree. Insulate the heck out of this whole area, and what you'll get is a stove that never wants to smoke back, that only wants to go faster and faster and faster as it gets hotter and hotter. You don't need to waste that energy heating up all the mass around your burn area, and you'll never get a small chimney effect on this side of the stove, because it's so insulated. So what I've done is I've put just some thin tiles around here, encased in that cob, to act as just to help with erosion from wearing the sticks, you know, in there. So yeah, there's that part of the rant, and let's go split some wood, see how that. Alrighty, so please excuse the mess. I'm kind of working my way into the woodshed here, and in another couple weeks, month or so, I'll have this all split out and moved back, and I'll be splitting in the shed. For now, I'm just working in this limited space. I wanted to show you how I prep the wood for the rocket stove. I use this tire technique, which, thanks YouTube, and I've been working on the technique where you strike the wood and flop the axe over like that, or the maul as it were, and split the wood using the twisting action. So between the combination of these two techniques, the tire to contain the wood and flopping the axe over so you don't get wedged down in there, you can really process wood for the rocket stove quickly and easily. And yeah, I'll just do a little quick demo here. So that's the gist of it. I can keep going, and I'm gonna have to, but that should give you a pretty good idea of how easy it really is to make a bunch of fuel for the stove. See, if you go straight down, you get stuck. But that's it. You end up with lots of nice pieces. Great rocket stove fuel. Well, that's that.